to come with this public service announcement. I've been doing this for a while. I've been on YouTube for a while, and I learned a lot of different things, and I appreciate the people that's been with me since day one, who helped me on my journey to where I became what you would call a content creator slash media member. And there were some things that I might have been aware of, but maybe I was in denial of. But it did help me get an overall analysis of where I am as a black person and where we are as black people. And I just want to say, to me, what I saw this morning, what was demonstrated was an act of unity and solidarity. Basically, we wasn't going for it. And I want to say I am very proud of what happened in Montgomery, Alabama. And shout out to my boy, my guy, one of my good friends, Too Raw for TV. And shout out to my correspondent, Kobe and CJ. We was talking about this. But at the end of the day, as I expected, I knew it was going to be one that was going to show up and try to undermine what we did today and try to shame us for doing the right thing. And Marlon Wayans, I just want to say what you did was one of the biggest act of being a straight up coward. You are a coward. You are a punk. So in case you guys don't know, Marlon Wayans decided to give his 2 cents and basically try to undermine black people by saying, let's make love, not war. Well, how come those same sentiments don't get shared when it comes to us being attacked? We never are allowed to fight back. And like I said, once again, shout out to the late, great Kevin Samuels, who was spot on when he said the black men are always supposed to just take it and not do nothing. What Marlon Wayans said was the typical, don't fight back against your master. Just sit up there and smile. It's funny when black people are attacked, you want to hear, oh, you don't fight violence with violence. Isn't this how this country got consumed by the mayonnaise nation? Didn't they use violence to overthrow the Native Americans and the black people that was here before they was? How come we the only ones that are told not to fight back? Everybody else get props when they fight back against the establishment. But then us, we're labeled as savages. We're shamed. Not only by people that don't look like us, people that look like us. What Marlon Wayans did is weak. Straight up coward. Well, you know what? Well, that's how Carcino is, and that's why I stopped following Carcino, because when he sat up there and let that white dude call him the N-word with the ER and he didn't do nothing, I unsubscribed from his channel. Every once in a while I watch something he puts out, but yeah, nah, I'm not going for that. Like I said, Marlon Wayans, you let us down, and that was real weak what you did. Marlon Wayans is a straight up coward, sitting up here trying to play peacemaker. That black man could have been killed. That dude got jumped by like 6 or 7 people. It would have been even worse if people would have stood there and not do something. So let me get this straight. We were supposed to sit up there and let that black man get beat up and not do nothing. What, pray? Just because you a coward, Marlon Wayans, don't mean we supposed to be That was a good step in the right direction, because a message got sent. A message got sent that some of us ain't going for that turn the other cheek. I ain't turning nothing. I ain't turning nothing. I was expecting, of course, Terry Crews to say something, because you know how Terry Crews get down. And shout out to young DC Fly when he said, ain't nobody scared of Terry Crews no more. But like I said, I knew it would be one. I knew it was gonna be one that was gonna sit up here and try to condemn and shame those black people, those brothers and sisters that came together and saw somebody that looked like them getting jumped. Now, what if they would have beat that brother to death? It would have been even worse. You would have had all them black people standing around and didn't do nothing. But yeah, they always try to do that. And don't give me that stuff about you don't fight violence with violence. Since when? I mean, ain't if you in law enforcement, somebody, you know, basically attack you with a weapon, don't you respond with violence? So how can you sit up there and say you don't fight violence with violence? Obviously, they don't want to talk. Everybody saw them attack that man who was just doing his job. And then the thing was, the sad part about it was, the brother was just doing his job. Well, as far as Ice Cube go, I didn't like what Ice Cube did, but I kind of understand. I think I understand what Ice Cube is doing, because Ice Cube do got a good background of looking out for the community, because when he was putting out his TV shows, he wasn't putting black people in positions where they had to compromise themselves. They could be men in any of his projects. So I give him credit for that. I didn't like what he was doing, but I think I'm gonna give Ice Cube a pass for now. But if I continue to see a pattern, then I'm gonna have to, like, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to like kind of fall back on him. But I'll leave Ice Cube alone for now. But I didn't like what happened with the interview with Tucker Carlson. But I kind of understand what Ice Cube is doing, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, because he do got a good background, and he do got, you know, basically a history of doing right by us for the most part. But I want to get to Marlon Wayans. I want to get to Marlon Wayans for real, man. I was so disgusted, and for him to sit up there and put up that tweet. Did you not see what God did to that black man? Did he not see that he got attacked by at least 5 to 6 people at one time? They don't want to shoot the fair. And it's funny how they love to talk about, oh, black people don't never fight straight up. It started off as a 101, and they see that it was finna end bad for that dude. So of course they all jumped in. And the thing is, they attacked a man who was trying to do his job. And then as you can see, the media is running away from this story. You see mainstream media is running away from this story, because they see that a black man was the victim. And then they didn't like the idea of black people coming together in one unison, basically fighting against, obviously, that should be possibly labeled as a hate crime. Now, one of those dudes that was involved in the incident that basically started the melee, he owns a convenience store somewhere in that area. Find out what's the name of his store. Boycott put him out of business. Do not put money into that dude's pocket whatsoever. But yeah, like I said before, I wasn't surprised. Yeah, John Lewis is celebrated for basically not doing nothing, for getting his ass whooped. But that, we respect people like John Lewis. Why? Because he didn't do nothing? Because he just sat up there. He just sat up there and let people whoop his ass and didn't fight back. It's funny, they don't have no problem when they see black people fighting against black people. But then all of a sudden, when we rebel against them, when we go Nat Turner, then all of a sudden they don't want to talk about it. But like I said, mainstream media ain't talking about this for one reason, because one, the aggressors and the perpetrators were white men, and then they didn't like the idea that black people came together and was like, nah, not today. Like I said before, anybody have any information on anybody that was arrested? If that brother that was arrested is not out, at least on bond or OR, like I said, anybody that want to start a GoFundMe, I got 100 on it. We gonna get them people lawyers. We gonna get them people lawyers, and we gonna keep them out of jail, because at the end of the day, they had every right to defend that dude. They had every right to defend that dude. why people are really mad, because they saw black people not hold back. They saw black people basically like, nah, we ain't going for that today. Like I said, once again, what if they would have killed that dude? Then what? What would people have been saying if that dude would have ended up getting beat to death? We would have looked even worse. All them black people sitting up there and didn't do nothing. And then shout out to and then I heard that young man that swam, that they call him Black Aquaman, which, nah, he ain't no Black Aquaman. He just a brother that saw what was going on and he wasn't going for it. I heard he was only between 16 to 17 years old, and he picked up one of them dudes and trucked him. Now we done protesting, Chase. What have we got out of protesting? Begging people to listen to us. Nah, we took action today. And like I said, to that dude, to that Saltine that made that song, Tried in a Small Town, well, we tried it in a small town and we prevailed. Yeah, we tried it in a small town. We tried it and we prevailed and we came out on top. Yeah, he rock bottom, that dude. So yeah, we'll try. Yeah. So we'll try it in a small town. We'll try it in a small town. Also, Marlon Wayans deactivated his social media. Oh, that's even worse. That just proves what I'm saying, that he a coward. If you gonna sit up there and throw us under the bus and sit up there and go Gregory Hines and start tap dancing, he must got a movie coming out. I don't want to hear nothing from anybody that ain't black telling us that that we acted like savages. Well, who acted like savages first? That was a clear case of self-defense, and we can learn from situations like that. Listen, for real, we done with talking. We didn't try talking. We tried being reasonable. Nah, we done. The talking stuff is over. This should happen on a regular basis. This was a good step forward. What about white on black crime? I feel that them dudes should be charged with a hate crime. I feel like it's enough suspicion to charge them with a hate crime. They should be charged with inciting a riot, assault, federal. They should all be charged with federal charges, felonies. Man, Gino, man, I don't expect nothing less from dudes like Marlon Wayans. And this is why we shouldn't look upon celebrities as, our leaders. Like I told you, I done said this several times, celebrities can only do so much. Because at the end of the day, they don't control the establishment. They don't control Hollywood. Most of the TV networks are owned by, a certain community that rhymes with flu. They own a lot of the networks, and then the other people that works with them, they from a certain community. So that's why they have a lot of say-so on what kind of content is put out and aimed directly or marketed towards us. Y'all got to remember that. So like I said before, I expect nothing less out of somebody like Marlon Wayans. Marlon Wayans, like I said, for him, if he deactivated his social media accounts because he was getting cooked, which I heard he was getting cooked, and he deserved to get cooked. He being a coward. If you're going to sit up there and basically tap dance like that and buck dance, you deserve it. But don't run from it. The best thing for him to do is sit up and say, hey man, I was just joking. But it's too late. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to say this to black people. Anybody that sit up here, I don't care if they black, I don't care if they non-black, who sit up there when somebody disrespect us and say, oh, you guys are too emotional. Well, what about them? Soon as you say something about that community, you know, all of a sudden here they come demanding an apology. But people love to tell black people that black people is too emotional. Well, who's being emotional now? You can't say anything about them. And Jamie Foxx didn't say indirectly who he was referring to. He just was basically talking about people not being good friends and not being being on his side and basically plotting against him. But of course, they made it about them. So when I hear people say black people is too emotional, black people too sensitive, I pay them no mind. And we shouldn't pay them no mind. The hell with them. When black people stop worrying about what other people think, especially people that don't look like us, the better off we gonna be. Who cares what a Hispanic thinks? Who cares what an Asian thinks? Who cares what a white person thinks? Who cares what a non-black thinks? Who cares what a sellout handkerchief head coon thinks? Like I said, we the only ones that is shamed when we decide to fight back. Exactly. Yeah, so I'm serious. Hey, shout out to my guy Coffee. Yeah, so like I said before, I'm glad them people in Alabama did what they did. They were supposed to whoop their ass. I'm glad they whooped their ass. I'm glad they was throwing them in the water, because that's what they was doing to us when they was bringing us here on them slave ships hundreds of years ago. If they felt we wasn't gonna be useful to them, and some of them people died on them ships, and guess what they did to them? They threw them in the water. That was the spirit. And then I found out, thanks to Tariq Nasheed, that they used to port a lot of slaves in that area. So that was our ancestors. Our ancestors got in that young black man and put the strength in him to go in there and start flipping them dudes on they back. That was our ancestors speaking. Yep. That was our ancestors that got in them brothers and sisters. So I'm just keeping it a buck. So, you know, it just, yeah. So, you know, I was, like I said, man, when I saw that video, man, I was so proud, man. I was proud as a black man. I was just proud, man. I mean, we should all be throwing up the black fist, because that was that was a step forward, man. That was historic when they saw that happening to that brother. Them people came down there. They was all business. Shout out to them sisters, especially the sister in the white jumpsuit who was getting her stumps in. We was the same way they was throwing us in the water, you know, hundreds of years ago, when they felt we wasn't useful, or if we died on the journey. Yeah, we was tossing their asses in the water where they belong. Hey, what's up, Steve? Yep. I don't care if people get mad. I'm being real today. Like I said, I just want to know where all these you know, I'm just keeping it a buck. I just want to know where all these pro-black content creators at now. I don't know. We need to celebrate this. We need to call this a special holiday, man. Because like I said before, so yeah, but like I said, man, I'm glad it happened. Yeah, man. I'm trying to, yeah, Steven, I'm trying to get some information on that dude, because a lot of us are trying to get the names of some of these people who were taken into custody. we're trying. I'm trying to get as much information as I can, because like I said before, they have been lawyers that have stepped forward and said they'll represent these people. So shout out to the lawyers too. I don't care what the lawyers look like. If they willing to, and they saying they're willing to represent these people for free, pro bono. Oh yeah. Shout out to them sisters. They was covered with the death row. They was covered with the don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood stumps. They was covered. Nah, J Dog, keep putting in that work, man. Cause I'm not done yet, man. Them sisters was covered with. Hey, shout out to them sisters too, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Them sisters was covered with them stuffs. They was covered. That sister in the white jumpsuit, she came with the Hey, you know what made it so funny when them white dudes was getting at work, they started trying to fight the black women. So there you saw a whole group of brothers just come over there and just start throwing elbows and bolos. And I just want to say, anybody that was there when it happened, if you want to come on my platform, you more than welcome. Because on my channel, we don't run from the smoke. We don't run from the work. And we don't run from these situations, because at the end of the day, we have to have these discussions. And like I said before, if y'all want to tell y'all side of the story, if you want a platform, you are more than welcome. Because like I said, I don't run from these type of things. I'm unapologetic. Yeah, she sure did. That's and for the people that got it on film, I'm glad that they filmed it, because we got to see who started everything. And we got to see from beginning to end how this started. Oh, shout out to my boy Lion Killer. Yeah, man. Lion Killer, me and him didn't have these kind of conversations. You know, I don't want to go deep into it, but at the end of the day, that was what you call putting a front foot forward. Because these type of situations gotta happen. We gotta stop begging for people to listen to us. And at the end of the day, a message got sent today. A strong message got sent today. I love how them people was like, nah, not today. I know. We're all this, you ain't never supposed to put your hands on a woman, but then you saw a whole bunch of those white dudes trying to fight those black women because those black dudes was whooping on them. Where's all that you shouldn't fight a woman and you should never put your hands on a woman? So I guess that doesn't apply to black women. So don't put your hands on a white woman, but every other type of women, you could put, oh, wait a minute. No, black women is the only ones you allowed to put your hands on, and it's no consequences and repercussions. Where's people making videos calling them cowards? So where's all that? Where's that at? Look how mainstream media ain't really talking about this. Why ain't CNN talking about this? I can promise you, had it been 6 black dudes that had jumped on a white dude that was trying to do his job, they'll be getting called thugs. And then you have these handkerchief heads coming on here saying black people need to stop acting like animals. They'll be getting called thugs. So what does that make those saltines that jumped on that brother that was just trying to do his job? So if we thugs, what does that make them? Man, I ain't even worried about Stephen A. Smith. Like I said, I think based off how Marlon Wayans is getting at work, I think it's gonna be that's gonna be very hesitant to speak. I highly recommend that you don't come out the gate like basically like getting your coon on, because we not going for it. Anybody that come out going against us, they getting that work. We gonna run their ass off of social media. Hey, appreciate it, man. We gonna run hey, for real, we gonna run their ass off social media. Any black dude, any black man, black woman go against the grain, we coming after them. You gonna get that work. It's zero tolerance for cooning. Of course. 225 girl, you know why they ain't putting this on mainstream media, because the victims were black and the perpetrators were white, and the local news were trying to say basically a situation happened, but they didn't want to put that it was some white dudes that jumped a black dude. I promise you, had it been the other way around. Breaking news: a fight breaks out at basically at Riverfront Park, where you basically had 5 African Americans jump on a Caucasian man. And then you had these segments where they, you'll have Larry Elder, they'll find a few coons to come on here. See, I was just disgusted. You just don't behave that way. You'll have some coons coming on here throwing us under the bus and stuff, but now all of a sudden now they can't find nobody to have a segment about how the black man was the victim. And I will say this much: I ain't a big fan of Claudia Jordan. I'm not a big fan of DJ Envy. I'm not a big fan of Charlemagne, but I give them credit. The Breakfast Club was on code saying them black people had every right to defend themselves. Forget all that talking. We didn't did, hey, for real, we didn't did enough talking. We done talking. We didn't did enough talking. Man, we ain't nobody worried about golf ball chin Candace Owens. We already know Candace Owens gonna come trying to basically condemn the brothers and stuff. Like I said before, we ain't turning the other cheek. We laying people out. People getting put to sleep. You know what I'm saying? We ain't turning no cheeks. We laying people out. We stretching people. Man, hey, oh yeah, and shout out to that OG. That dude was like, I heard that OG, the one that had on the white shirt and the white hat, I heard dude is like in his 50s. That dude was putting in work. I told you, that was I'm telling y'all, that was the spirit. I'm trying to tell y'all, that was the spirit, man. That was the spirit of all those slaves that got brought there. They jumped into them black people. They was like, nah, today it's going down today. It's good. That was, for real, that was the spirit. Yeah, I was shocked. But like I said, I'm not a fan of Claudia Jordan. I don't like Claudia Jordan at all. I'm not a fan of Charlemagne. I'm not a fan of DJ Envy, but they got it right today when they were saying, nah, forget all that talking stuff. Oh, he was in his, that OG, the one with the, man, he was in his 60s. Man, he was giving them dudes, man, I seen him beat up like about 3 people, man. That OG was giving them that work. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. That was our ancestors talking, man. Yeah, hey, Coffee, we need to call it something. He was in his 60s? Man, that OG was lit, man. That's what I'll be trying to tell y'all, man. I'm 48, man, but I stay at the gym. I'm about 24-hour fitness like right now. I stay at the gym, man. I stay like, hitting the heavy bag. I stay doing my little light martial arts. I did not know that dude was 60. Man, that dude looked like, that OG was giving him that work. Nah, man, I'm 48. I'm gonna be 49 September the 29th. Dang, man, that dude was in his 60s. Man, that dude, man. I see that brother, man. That brother was taking him, man. I see that brother. He whooped on like about 4 or 5 people, man. He was just getting, man. Dude was giving him that work. I say you gone, OG. I say you gone, OG. You go ahead, man. Yeah, we need to call it. Hey, man, for real, man. I don't know who's sitting around, but if there's a movie director, they need to get a movie director. They need to make a movie about that. Yeah, man, somebody need to make a movie about that. Hey, them black people. Hey, I love how the dude. I love how the other brother. He ran down there. He was like, "Yeah, you saw the brother come, man. That brother. It looked like a scene from a movie. That young man. He came out the water. He was dipping." And then you saw all them securities. You saw all them people. Them black people was whooping. They was whooping ass. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. I ain't finna sit up here and talk all that. Well, I don't condone violence, but nah. It had to be done. It had to be done. And like I said, y'all, we going after anybody that sit up there and undermine what happened and what we saw today. Anybody that come out there like trying to soft shoe and trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to shame us for defending ourselves and defending that brother, to hell with them. Nah, they just not gonna talk about it because it don't fit their agenda of them basically trying to demonize black people. It's not part of their agenda. Yeah, Aubrey, man, man, for real. I don't know who that young man is, but man, he get all the props in the world, man. Shoot, if that was my man, whoever's man, if that was my son, or if whoever his mother and father is, they should be proud. That brother jumped in the water. I'm talking about he swam over there. He was like, oh, hell no. That's what you call a oh, hell no. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, exactly, Tania. America was built on violence. Well, you know, they need a distraction. Listen, I don't even want to go deep into what happened with Tory Lanez, because I feel it was something to Tory Lanez, because I felt that he got a raw deal. Because they didn't have no DNA on that weapon. But I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't know who that young man is, but I just want to say, if you listening, you are more than welcome to come on my outlet. Like I said, I'm not gonna run from it. Like I said before, I just want to know where, like I said, I just want to know where all these so-called pro-black content creators is. I just want to know why ain't y'all making videos talking about this? Y'all so pro-black. As you can see, I'm here. I done did 2 lives about it. Man, when you saw, man, like I said, man. Oh yeah, that's probably what they doing. They still hating on Terrence Crawford, making excuses for Errol Spence receiving that one-sided beatdown. Like I said, I don't know who that young man is. If I can find out who he is, that dude, we deserve to, man, that dude need to get sent to college. I will pitch in to help pay for that dude's college education. Oh, Tariq Nasheed, his live was it was dope. It was dope. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. But y'all should have knew I was gonna talk about that. I don't run from them type of. I don't run from these type of situations. I don't run from them type of discussions. What it looked like? What it looked like me now talking about this? Like I said, I would have been like, I ain't gonna lie. I told Too Raw for TV, a tear came out of my eye damn near seeing them black people defending that brother, man. Like I said, them people wasn't going for it today. Them brothers and sisters was like, nah, hell no. Oh, hell no. I'll bet you them white dudes somewhere like, damn. I bet you them white dudes somewhere scared as hell. And I know the dude that owned the convenience store, he probably scared that somebody gonna come burn down this store. Nah, don't burn down the store. Don't burn down the store. The best way to get him is just basically, you know what I'm saying? Just don't endorse him. Don't give him your money. Well, this is a moment of saying, if we stick together, man, for real, if we stick together and we on one page, nobody can stop us. And that's just real talk. This is what you call a reverse Black Wall Street. This is what you call a reverse Black Wall Street, a reverse Rosewood. Lake made some of the other situations that happened. So like I said, I guarantee you them dudes is thinking twice. So like I said, for the white supremacists that's gonna eventually see this video and come on here talking out the side of your neck, yeah, y'all was beating y'all chests when dude made that song, Try This in a Small Town. He set y'all up to get y'all asses touched. I mean, them brothers and sisters gave them white folks the Amarion touch, touch, touch. Something like you. They got touched up. Like, hey, what was that song by E40 at Turf Talk? I got that work. Yola, blame it on the I got that work. Produced by Rick Rock. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out E40 Turf Talk. I got that work. Produced by super producer Rick Rock. I got that work. Yep, Greenwood, reverse. We gave him that work. Yeah, talking about tried in a small town. Now what, dude? Yeah, we tried it in a small town, and guess what? We tried it, and you lost. You lost, big time. Yeah, y'all was. They was feeling themselves a little too much. They was. They was on that Mac Dre. They was in the building and they was feeling themselves, but yeah, they got filled up with lefts and rights and stumps to the head and got their asses tossed in the water. Oh yeah, she need to call some fights, maybe. I would say the PBC need to give her a call, but you know how Al Hamid is about working with black people. Yeah, they was them black people did the thizzle dance on them white people. We could do the thizzle dance. This dance. This. We can do the this old dance. This. Yeah, they did the. Hey, them black people did the Mac Dre. They did the Thizzle dance. This dance. We can do the Thizzle dance. They did. Shout out to the late great Mac Dre, man. Shout out, yeah, for real. Shout out to the late great Mac Dre, man. Yeah, shout out to them brothers and sisters in Alabama, man, for for giving them that work. I got that work. Hell yeah, Mac Dre. All right, you guys. Appreciate you being here. I'll be back with more later on, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.